This is Coogan Cassius for IFL TV in association.
What are you doing in here?
Hold on, I haven't finished my opening. In association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're in Hull here today at the Ice Arena. With me having his makeup done. Turn round.
What's a journalist?
Turn round. Johnny Nelson. How are you, Johnny?
You know, you shouldn't be here.
Why? This is my room. I share this room with this lovely young woman.
I'm only doing this for this clip for you. I don't usually have makeup. Our masking is flawless, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Canadian name.
How would you rate Johnny's skin on a... bearing in mind he's 63, how would you rate his skin?
Brilliant.
Tell him,
Got good
sister.
skin. Youthful,
Brilliant.
youthful.
Brilliant.
There you go.
I'm just like a nice fresh Malteser. You just need to back off.
Johnny, first thing I want to talk to you about is...
You know I'm going to get so much stick when this goes out.
It's alright. Wait there.
I'm old man.
Oh, you missed
I'm old man.
Sorry, there's a bit of makeup there on the thing. He can't touch me because his hands are underneath there. You better listen, brother.
Pretty brave doing that.
So it's our relationship. It's kind of that physical, you know.
It's abuse.
Johnny, ringside Thursday was, you know, back to the normal old ringside where you get two fighters don't like each other on the set. You and Adam prodding them with a big carrot.
I couldn't get my words out because I was nervous because at one point James was talking and George was just like staring at him and James was like talking, trying to like say what you're looking at. And George was like, I rate George. He's a brilliant wine merchant because he was just cold as ice, and it was just, you can tell they hate each other. And when it was done and he got to the commercial break and they were leaving the set, James, he's trying to be the bigger man, turned around to shake his hand to say, yeah, see you soon. And it was like one of those tumbleweed moments where everybody just looked as though he was going to kick off. And they walked out, they hate each other. I've never felt such a vibe between two people. That's for real. That's for real.
That is for real. That is for real. Who did you think come out on top of that little exchange? Because George Groves come up with a dig straight away with the chief support team.
James missed a few of them. George was coming out with digs and they just flew straight over James's head. Or James has decided not to let, these aren't my words, these are James' words, the ginger kid get under his skin because he kind of wasn't focusing all his attention and anguish on George, which I kind of rated. I thought, well, good on you. You know, you've got to stay cool because last time that's what lasted you to fight in your last fight as an amateur, and that's what he's got to try and control now. Plus, they're 3 years older. They've matured and they've both become better fighters since then.
Potentially, both are mandatory. Not this isn't potentially, but potentially they could face each other next year. Why are you laughing?
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Both mandatory at a minute for separate world titles. Obviously, George with Darrell and George with Darrell and DeGALE with Froch.
Yeah.
So next year this could be a blockbuster.
I think. Listen, let's not kid ourselves. That's where it's going to go because when these two box the first time, it's sort of like hotcakes, and I think, you know, even if it's not business, it's pleasure. You're going to want to watch that fight because these guys are for real. And you know, when George boxed, Carl Froch was sat ringside, and Carl said, "He's shot. I've taken the best out of him." That's what Carl thought when George boxed the last time. James was kind of hinting at that before George came in on set. And with George, his confidence is still as strong as it was. He's still good at getting under your skin. I don't know if that's true or false. If we've seen the best of him, I have my own personal opinion on that. But I do think a fight with him and James DeGALE will give us a definitive result. I just made that word up.
What is? You said you've got your own thoughts on
you see, I know you pulled that one.
Well, I just wondered what your own thoughts are.
What do you mean? Well, I actually do think the best we saw when George boxed Carl the last time, I think that's the best we have seen and the best we will see of George. And I could be wrong. I don't mind being wrong. abuse me as much as you want, I don't mind, but that's what I think. I think fight number 1 with Carl Froch was the best we ever saw of George Groves. When I saw his last fight, I think he was good. Not as impressive as what I'd seen him previously, and that was a few murmurs at ringside. I'm probably the only fool to say it publicly. But George is going to prove himself. He's saying, well, think what you want. You know, I've come off a bad knockout, I've come back and won the European title, put myself in position to win a world title. So you've got to rate George's mental strength.
Obviously, wedged in between them for the sort of the second bit was Callum Smith, who's unbeaten as a professional, got a huge fight on the 22nd of November in Liverpool against Locker. So it could be interesting next year.
That's going to go. And the thing is, they were both in awkward. All three of them were in awkward situations because I asked Callum, "Were you shouting out George Groves?" He said, "Well, not really." See, and that's a promotional thing. It's a fight that can happen because what happens behind closed doors in sparring, we hear many rumours about when they spar with each other, and that's why they fancy Callum Smith against George Groves. When the question was dropped on James DeGALE, James was in an awkward situation because he's friends with the Smith family. So I'd hate to be in James's shoes rather than George Groves' shoes because he's had to fight Paul. It was a bit sticky situation having to fight his friend and to have to fight Callum, who's young, who's fresh, who's the new kid on the block, and where those two were the new kid on the block. I would stay well clear of him. Or if you're going to fight him right now before the kid knows exactly what he's doing.
Okay.
You like my makeup?
I can't notice any difference whatsoever.
Fit, don't you?
Just looks natural.
Look at my lips.
Which is a credit to the makeup artist, to be honest. Just looks what? It is a credit to her.
Yeah, she's a magician.
Right, what would you rather do? Would you rather get in the ring with King Kong or Golovkin?
Let me think. Let me think about it. That's a good question. Golovkin, King Kong. That's right, King Kong. Reason being is because Golovkin is a freak of the. You're a freak. You're a freak. G. You're a freak. Did you see that? He threw a left hand. It was as strong as a right hand, and he like looked down and say like he just like.
Do you know what shot it was? That shot against Ruben. And when I went like.
Yeah, on the top of his head. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And the thing is, you could see the shot coming, and it took you out. Now, usually in boxing, the ones that take you out of the shots you don't see coming. Now, if someone knocks you out with a shot you see coming, believe me, excuse my French, sorry, that bitch can punch. And I'm telling you now, left hand, right hand, bow. He had so much power, and you could see the shot coming. It was horrible.
Who beats him at middleweight? No one? Seriously?
No one.
Cotto?
And the thing is, isn't it funny that the likes of Ward and Co are not talking about, or even Froch are not talking about, get this kid up to super middleweight. Nobody's talking about him. He's like one of those. He's like the big white elephant in the room. Let's just pretend he doesn't exist, even though he's knocking everybody out like Skittles behind us. They just don't want us to mention his name.
Who would you like to see him face as an elite middleweight, like top 3 middleweights?
Middleweight.
Yeah.
I would go in super middleweight. I forget the middleweights because he's king of the ring. I would go super middleweight. Super middleweight. You've got Andre Ward. You've got Carl Froch, obviously. You've got Chavez, who's Carl Froch is talking about trying to get in the ring with. These are tasty fights. You think, I'd watch that. Can you imagine? Golovkin against Chavez, Golovkin against Ward, Golovkin against Froch. Now that's just 3. Can you imagine Golovkin against Kessler? Can you imagine all these names that Carl Froch has got us familiar with? Golovkin in the ring with them and blasting them. Can you imagine that? And the only reason why he's doing it is because there's nobody else to fight in his school. So can you imagine him stepping up to super middleweight and doing the same thing again, which is very, very possible. He needs a challenge, and there's no challenge so far to what we see in the middleweight division. And I reckon he could probably actually go down to light middle. I actually believe he could, but he's thinking, why should I kill myself?
How do you think someone like Martin Murray would fare against him?
Martin Murray, it'd be too brave for his own good. I like Martin Murray, I'm a big fan of his, but this is about levels, and this is about abilities, and I think Golovkin so far has shown that he is head and shoulders above everybody, and look how he dispatched Matthew Macklin. Look how he's dispatched even his last opponent. Now Martin Murray will be rough, he'll be rugged, he'll be raw, and he's actually performed a lot better than many of us expected. So him against Golovkin, I think Golovkin, I hope Golovkin is tested, but I don't see the result being any different. I don't mind being wrong, because I'd love a Brit to bash him, but I can't see it happening.
Alright. Well listen, I'm not going to ask you any predictions about tonight's fight. because usually you get them wrong.
I never get them wrong.
All right, come on, let's do this now then. Vusi Malinga, Gavin McDonald.
Gavin McDonald loses on points.
Tommy Cole, Michael Katsidis.
You didn't think I said that, did you? I just threw you right off. Katsidis, I know Katsidis has been over here for a good 4 weeks training hard. I think if there is a banana skin, that's the one.
So what happens?
If there is a banana skin, it's going to go. If it's a stoppage, Katsidis. If it's points, Coyle.
Don't. That's true.
That's not sitting on the fence.
No, that's not sitting on the fence. But I just want a prediction. Who wins the fight?
I've just said if it's a stoppage, Katsidis. If it's points,
Just pick
Coyle.
one. What's going to happen?
What are you bullying me for?
I'm not bullying you. I just want an answer from you. Come on.
Coyle.
Coyle.
Yeah. Hit and run, man. Hit and run.
Oh, okay. And obviously Luke Campbell and Daniel Eduardo Brizuela.
I think he actually makes a really good job of it. Stops him, but it's his big test today, and I actually think he makes a better job of it than Coyle did.
Interesting. People will hammer you tomorrow if you get any of these wrong.
I don't care. They're gonna hammer me for wearing makeup anyway, which is only a first because we're doing it as a stunt for this show. I'm just saying, I don't use your male makeup.
Okay. All right, Johnny. Thanks for giving us a little bit of your time.
I'll mention it.
You look very good actually.
I'll mention it. Do I look like I'm going to church or a wedding?
Wedding, I think.
Yeah.
A wedding.
Yeah.
You think?
You look well.
It's really nice.
And Glenn's like he's the pastor, the guy that's going to do the wedding. With his beard and brown suit, big beard and brown suit. He's going to say, oh, praise the Lord, Jesus. Let's all get mad. Get down on your knees. Let the soul take you. That's Glenn.
Yeah?
Don't let him see this till tomorrow.
All right, I'm going out till later on anyway.
Yeah, but he'll still be here. I don't want him to know what's happening until I get home.
Okay.
Then I'll just get a few abusive texts, tweets,
That's all right.
and stuff.
I'm going to employ you one day.
Employ me?
Yeah.
To do what?
My butler. You're wasted in this game.
You see, I've been accused of always bringing the racial situation into this. You wouldn't say that to me if I was Glenn, would you? Are you
Why?
saying it because...
Why? What?
Because...
Why?
Because
No,
you know...
I think
I'm not
you'd
going
be-
there because...
No, listen, I'm
you
just
get
saying when I'm living in like, you know...
What are you saying?
a big house.
What are you trying to say?
I'm going to need a butler. It's not a racial
Why?
thing.
Why? What are you trying to
You
say?
get white
Why me?
butlers, you get
But
brown
why didn't you
butlers.
say it to Glenn?
I will say it to Glenn, but I don't want Glenn as a butler. I want Glenn to be the piano man. You know when you walk in and like, who's that? It's McCrory on the piano.
I'd have Glenn as Father Christmas. I'd have him to come in and dress
Once
as
a year, I want to use him a little bit more than that. But you, 24/7, my butler. But I'd pay you well, more money than you earn at Sky.
You know when you say get me a coffee, I'd say alright, no problem. I'd stir your coffee.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
There you are, sir. Your coffee.
Would you do that?
Drink it white. Yeah, of course I would.
You're sacked before you get it. I was going to offer you more money than you earn with Sky.
I don't get paid for working at Sky. I
Oh,
do
yeah.
it for love. What you laughing at?
Okay.
I do it for love.
If I'm going to get this video to Barney Francis somehow, I don't know how, but I'm going to get it to Barney Francis.
Why would you do that? You're just trying to get me
What are you on
sabotaged.
about? You said you do it for the love.
I do it for love. I do it. I do it for love.
Alright.
Do it for
I'll
love.
just take everyone involved in the Sky Sports production in this video. I'm going to single out that bit. Johnny Nelson works for free.
Yeah, I do because I love my job.
Yeah,
It's the greatest sport in the world.
Yeah.
Greatest job in the world.
Yeah.
I can fight without fighting. I can talk a good fight.
Yeah.
You see, let me take a quick one.
Go on.
So I spoke to Salmon yesterday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I said, what's going on? What I go on? Because I've been training. You can tell. Trim down, train up a little bit. Fit, training's going... What did you roll your eyes for?
No, go on, you look well.
Right, so training's going well. And I thought, that idiot thinks I think I'm going to think it's all gone quiet and all of a sudden he'll say, come on in January, February time, let's do it March time, that's 6 months. I always prepare. That's how I got British, European and world titles, because I prepared when people didn't think I was. Anyway, so I talked to Salons, I said, so what's happening? They said he thinks he can do it himself. He's still in a contract to Salons until March. So Hook thinks he can do it himself. So at this moment in time, Hook Promotions is trying to do his own thing, but he's in the wilderness. He has no idea what he's doing, where he's going. I'm telling you now, you watch this space. I'm not going to talk about him ever again until I'm kicking his ass in the ring. I actually thought, no, I'm not saying it. Shh,
What do you think?
Shh, leave it.
Do you know what's great? Is because you can talk about Marco Hook on here, Sky will never give you enough airtime to actually say what you want about Marco Hook because they won't entertain it.
Actually, they would entertain
Yeah,
it.
if it was happening, if it was entertaining, I'm on about the lead.
That's what I'm saying. They would entertain it, and that's what I'm saying. At this moment in time, it's in the air because he's champion and he's not making a decision on what he wants to do. No problem. I'm just saying, if you're watching this and you can understand what I'm saying, Hook, if you can understand what I'm saying, just remember, brother, Your dad's the same age as me, and just remember how many beatings he gave you.
Couldn't catch this. IFL TV.
I'm going! I'm gonna work now.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna work. I need a wee man. You're just holding me up, my ball. I'm 47.
Let's see the leg. Come on.
I can't do that. It's on my shoulder. Where's the toilet? Where's the toilet?
This is hole. Could be anywhere.
I don't want it. Did you hear that?
What did he say?
I said, where's the toilet? He said, you're in it.
That's so rude.
You need to beep that
That's so
out.
rude. We
Anyway,
love hole. We
I need
love
to run to
hole.
the toilet. I don't want to trip over my junk.